On this morning's Health Watch, taking on in vitro fertilization. In his new book, Making Babies, a proven 3-month program for maximum fertility, Dr. Sami David takes on the billion-dollar business, takes him to task, and he's here to tell us about it this morning. Dr. David, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. We appreciate you taking a little time. Let's get straight to it. How many unnecessary IVFs are you saying are done in a given year?
Well, my estimate would be somewhere close to 50%.
50%?
Yes. I mean, the IVF team has gone amok as far as I'm concerned, all right? There are countless women who are going through IVF unnecessarily. They don't realize that they're treatable causes for their infertility. And they're just not having a proper evaluation, not a deep enough evaluation in many cases.
So why do you think then doctors then seem to go straight to IVF as opposed to doing the detective work, as you just said?
Some of it could be just lack of knowledge or lack of interest. They have a product to sell, and they sell IVF. Sometimes it's just the impatience of the patient or impatience of the doctor.
All right, these treatments are not cheap. They're $15,000 to $20,000 per try. You say there are some things that couples should know before they shell the money out. What are some of the things they need to know?
First off, 40% of infertility is male factor infertility. So if they see that there's a sperm problem, the doctor should not be pumping the woman up with fertility drugs to make multiple eggs, but rather sending the husband off to see a specialist. You need to reach the root cause of their infertility, not just bypass it. If there's a problem with a man, it may represent a medical problem, a serious medical problem. So the doctors are really missing an opportunity to actually help the man with his medical problem.
And therefore, you call some of this a little bit of sexism as well as ageism. Explain that.
Okay. Well, once again, 40% of infertility is male factor. So why is a woman being pumped up with drugs to correct the male factor? It's a way of getting a person pregnant, no doubt. There's a role for IVF, but bottom line is you should be seeing the man, sending him to a specialist. And frankly, that's the sexism. The age discrimination, women are being turned away if they're in their 40s or if their FSH hormone is elevated because they would not be good on the statistics that the IVF teams publish to the CDC.
You really are, Dr. David. You're a pioneer in fertility. You're part of the team that did the first successful IVF here in New York.
Correct.
Now you're writing a book against this industry. Why coming out now?
Well, because I think it is overused. It's being the first choice of treatment rather than the last choice. When it was first opening up in late 1970s, early 80s, it was meant to be the last resort. Now it becomes suddenly the first resort. And I think that's an injustice to women. I also think it actually can maybe harm women in the long run. We don't know what longitudinal studies there may be in the future regarding health of the woman later on, and health of the babies too.
Well, this is going to create a lot of discussion. I know, Dr. Sami David, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.